Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, as I told you in my previous video that I will upload a video on concrete mix design. So here it is, concrete mix design. So let me tell you first thing that concrete mix design is also a topic of concrete technology, which is a syllabus of civil engineering branch. So moving further in this topic, concrete mix design. First of all, let me list it out you that which content or which topics I'm going to explain in this video. So first topic is what is mix design. First of all, what is mix design? Okay, we should have to know the main definition of main topic. So here it is. We will discuss in further video. Now, grade of concrete. Okay, what is grade of concrete? That I will also explain you. Then types of mix. Then factors influencing or affecting the choice of the mix design. It means that which factors they are affecting in our designing criteria. Now, methods of concrete mix design. There are numbers of factors that we will see. And then mix design by Indian Standard Method or IS method. So these all topics I will explain you one by one. So moving further, first topic is what is mix design. So before understanding any topic, any subject or any chapter or any concept, we must have to know that why we are understanding it, why we are learning it, why I am going to explain you these things. First aim of this. So guys, the purpose and the requirement of this is, or mix design is, that to produce a concrete of our required strength, that the strength we want to achieve, to gain this strength, then to gain the durability, required durability, workability, and to make or produce the concrete economical as possible. So these are the aims and goals of our design, but just concentrate on the last topic, that economical. Economical means, it doesn't mean that we have to produce the cheapest concrete. If we produce cheapest concrete, then it will also give the cheapest quality. So guys, to maintain this ratio of strength, durability, workability and economical as possible, we have to do this design with a process, okay, with the suitable ingredients of the concrete, selecting. So this whole process is termed as concrete mix design. Concrete mix design. Now moving further, grade of concrete. So what is grade of concrete? That we will see. Now guys, we see that these numbers or notations, that M20, M25, M30, M35, M40, etc. What is this? What does it mean? So let me explain you first thing, that before going to grade, what is characteristic strength of concrete, means FCK. So friends, FCK is nothing but it is the strength of concrete. It is the strength of concrete which not more than 5% of the test results are expected to fall. Means the maximum fall in the strength of the concrete is about 5%, not more than 5%, and that strength is termed or defined as characteristic strength of concrete. Okay guys, so now what is M20? So first thing, that this concept that I am going to explain you is same for all the grade of concrete, that what M refers to, what 20 refers to, but I had just taken the example of 20. So what is M and what is 20? M refers to mix. Okay, M means mix. Now what is 20? So what is 20? You can also take 25, 30, 35, etc. Okay, so what is 20? 20 means It is the characteristic strength of the concrete casted in a cube of 150 mm by 150 mm by 150 mm. Okay, after 28 days, which is measured in Newton per mm square. It is the characteristic strength. Okay, M20 means, or 20 means strength of concrete, which we get at after 28 days. Okay, now our concrete is divided in three groups. First is ordinary group, and second is standard, and third is high strength concrete. So according to the grade or the group, the concrete is divided. The grade of concrete is divided. In ordinary concrete that we see here, M10, M15 and M20. Now what these columns say that specified characteristic compressive strength of 150 mm cube at 28 days in Newton per mm square. So it means that, very simple, M10, M means mix and 10 means strength. So here it is strength as same. Now 15 for M15, 20 for M20. Same as for other groups also. Standard ordinary is from 10 to 20. Now standard concrete start from M25 and aims to M55. Okay, and the strength of the concrete is as their grade shows. And for high strength concrete, it is from M60 to M80. Okay, and high strength concretes are used in heavy structures in which are projected to the heavy loads nowadays. Now another one is types of mix. Now guys, generally there are two types of mixes. First is nominal mix and second is design mix. Now let me explain you that what is nominal mix and what is design mix. So nominal mix is simple, very simple, that nowadays the wide use of concrete, as we know that concrete are using widely in the world. So the use of wide use of concrete nowadays as a construction material has led to the use of mixes of fixed proportions on the basis of experience and uses. Okay, and subsequently, so this experience, practice and uses make the some fixed proportions of the concrete which tell you that it gives adequate or required strength to us on the basis of our practical applications and experience. So these mixes are called nominal mixes. Now nominal mixes, it includes the grade like M5, M7.5, M10, M15 and M20. As I told you that 5 is the characteristic strength of the concrete after 28 days, which is measured in 150 by 150 by 150 mm cube. Okay, same as 7.5 also, 10 also, and 15 also, and 20 also. Now the proportions of the material for nominal mixes accordance with the table given in 9 from IS 456 2000, as you can see this. It is the table taken from the Indian Standard Code 456 2000. Here the list of nominal mixes are mixed grade are listed: M5, 7.5, 10, 15 and 20, and in front of that proportions are given. Proportions means cement, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. These all are the proportions in accordance with each other. Okay, first show that if we take unit of concrete, then we need to add 5 times of the fine aggregate and 10 times coarse aggregate. It is the proportion. It means 1:5:10. It is the proportion of M5 grade. M7.5 means 1:4:8, and other are listed as you can see it. Now moving further, factors influencing the choice of mixed design. Factors affecting. So first factor is grade of concrete. Grade of concrete also affect our mixed design, that what grade of concrete we want to produce. Next is type of cement. Which type of cement we are going to use or we have to use. Okay. Now maximum nominal size of aggregate. Guys, an aggregate is available in various sizes, so selection of aggregate is also affecting. Now grading of combined aggregate, then maximum WCO or water cement ratio, it is an also important factor. Then workability, durability and quality control, these all factors are affecting the choice of mix design. Now the methods of concrete mix design. Which are the methods we can use? So first is Indian Standard Method. Second is ACI, means American Concrete Institute method. Third one is Road Note 4 method or UK method. Fourth one is IRC 44 method. Then arbitrary method, maximum density method and DOE method or DOE method or British method we can say. Okay, so these are the methods from which we can do mix design. Now going further for IS method, guys, because I am explaining you IS method due to the uses of it in India. In India, we generally use IS method or Indian Standard Method. So for that, in this method, nothing we have to do. We have to just follow the steps of the process. This method is stepped out in a process. So guys, we just have to follow it. In this, our first step is target mean strength. That what or which strength we want to achieve. It is target mean strength. Okay. Now second is selection of water cement ratio. First, if we know the strength, then we have to select water cement ratio. After selecting the water cement ratio, we have to calculate or determine the water content. Then after determination of the water content, once we get the water content, water cement ratio, then we have to calculate cement content, water content and cement content. Okay. Now the last process is, or last step is calculation of mass of fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. These 5 steps are the basic and important for this method or for designing the concrete of our required strength. So moving further for the first step of this process, target strength of mixed proportioning or target mean strength. So guys, there is a formula which is already given in IS code 456, that is F-CK is equal to FCK plus T multiplied by S or T into S. So in this formula, F-CK stand for target mean strength at 28 days that we want to achieve. FCK means characteristic strength at 28 days. T means tolerance factor, which is given in Indian standard 10262 and that is 1.65 tolerance factor. Now the remaining S means nothing but standard deviation given in table as you see now. Okay, standard deviation. So standard deviation is various for various grade of concrete. As you can see that in tables, grade of concrete for M10, M15 it is 3.5 Newton per mm square. It is assumed standard deviation, okay, as per Indian standard code. Then for M20 and M25 it is 4 Newton per mm square, and above M25 means M30 to M55 we can take it 5 Newton per mm square for designing our concrete mix. Now moving further for step 2, selection of water cement ratio. Now water cement ratio is an important step which can increase the strength also or which can decrease the strength also. So guys, as per the code or as per the practices, it is concluded that lower the water cement ratio, higher will be the compressive strength of the concrete and vice versa. So guys, generally we put lower water cement ratio, but there is a disadvantage of this also of making lower water cement ratio, that is decrease in the workability. decrease in the workability of the concrete. So for that there is a solution, and the solution is that mixing the admixture which enhance the property of the concrete. Admixture is nothing but the chemicals which enhance the properties or characteristics of the concrete. So guys, we can use admixtures like plasticizers or super plasticizers for increasing its workability. Okay, so this is the way. Now another thing is, the water cement ratio are already given in Indian Standard Code 456/2000 in table 5, as you can see. Water cement ratio are different for different exposures. Exposures means what? In which environment we are just going to put our concrete, in which environment, atmosphere, place, etc. What is the exposure of? Okay, so this is the exposure or type of exposure on which our concrete can be placed. So first is mild, and for mild exposure the water cement ratio or maximum free water cement ratio is 0.55. We can take it, okay, 0.55 as per IS code. For moderate it's 0.50, for severe it's for 0.45, very severe 0.45, and extreme 0.40. Okay, just see here, for extreme it is lower, for mild it is higher. It is the difference. Okay, now moving further for our third step, which is calculating the water content, okay, or determining the water content. So there is already provision of water content in our Indian Standard Code 10262/2009. And what is there? For nominal, on the basis of nominal or maximum size of aggregate, nominal maximum size of aggregate, they had given the maximum water content in kg, as you can see in this table. For 10 mm aggregate it is 208 or 208 kg of water. For 20 mm it is 168, and for 40 mm it is 165 kg. Okay, so these are the water contents, maximum water contents for different size of aggregates. Now as you can see this note at the end, that slump deduction for the more than 50 mm sum. Now what is slump? Slump is nothing, guys. Slump is a very simple process or test which is done for the workability, for checking the workability of concrete, and this whole table is applicable when slump deductions for more than 50 mm. Okay, now moving further for our step 4, it is calculation or determination of the cementitious material content, means cement content. Okay, so cement content, there is a simple formula given, as you can also see, that water content to the water cement ratio. Water content upon water cement ratio. It is the formula. From that we can calculate or determine the amount of the cement. Okay, now moving further, estimation of coarse aggregate proportion. Now guys, there is also a provision of maximum aggregate proportion that we can take on the basis of IS code 10262/2009, as they had listed some maximum size of aggregate, as you can see here, 10, 20 and 40. For that we can take the value of coarse aggregate per unit volume of total aggregate. Listen me guys, volume of coarse aggregate per unit volume of total aggregate, from the total aggregate for different zone of fine aggregate. There are various zones divided as per IS code, and on the basis of the zone we can select the coarse aggregate volume. Okay, let's take example. If we have 20 mm size of aggregate for zone 2 fine aggregate, then we can take 0.62 volume of coarse aggregate. Okay, so and there is a formula which is given, that guys let me explain you one thing, that The total mass means unit, or unit means content of fine aggregate plus content of coarse aggregate. When we add two things, we will get the mass of whole aggregate, and when we subtract the coarse aggregate from the whole aggregate, then we will get fine aggregate, content of fine aggregate. And the same basic concept is applied here, that content of fine aggregate is equals to 1 minus content of coarse aggregate. Okay, and from this we can easily determine the content of fine aggregate. Now moving further, step 6, or our final step, estimation of mixed proportion. Okay, to estimate. So first of all, it is volume of cement. Now what is volume of cement? How can we calculate it? So nice, very simple. Formula is given in front of you. Just put the value. All the values we had just find earlier. So putting these values in the formula, we can easily get the volume of cement, water, admixture, aggregate in other quantities also, like fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. So for volume of cement, just put it here, mass of cement upon specific gravity of cement into 1 upon 1000, and after that we will get the volume of cement. After that, volume of water. Now what is volume of water? It is mass of water divided by specific gravity of water. Mass of water means content of water that we had earlier calculated. Now volume of admixture, if we added it. Okay. Now volume of aggregate is nothing but 1 minus volume of cement plus volume of water plus volume of admixture. After subtracting these quantities from unit, then we will get the volume of aggregate. Okay, now after getting the volume of aggregate, we know that how much total quantity of aggregate is present in this mix. Then after that, if we want to find out the coarse aggregate and fine aggregate, we can easily calculate it from this formula. That is, mass of coarse aggregate is equal to volume of all aggregate, volume of whole aggregate. We can also say that volume of whole aggregate into volume of coarse aggregate that we had earlier find it, into specific gravity of coarse aggregate into 1000. After putting these all values in this formula, we will easily get mass of coarse aggregate. Same as for fine aggregate. Okay, volume of whole aggregate into volume of, what is whole aggregate? That the volume of aggregate we had found here. Okay, that is it is volume of whole aggregate into volume of fine aggregate into specific gravity of fine aggregate into 1000. And by following these steps in this process, we will finally can suggest the proportion of the concrete that we want to achieve the strength. So guys, after all, or after this, we can give the proportion, that what proportion is required for attaining or achieving the required strength of the concrete. And we can state in proportion like 1 gem 5 1:5:10 or other etc. that we had calculated from here. So it is the basic concept or basic process that we have to follow for the concrete mix design. And here it is, we finish the concrete mix design. So guys, if you have any doubt about this, you can comment me, and please tell me the topics that you want to explain from me. I will definitely try to upload on that. Now guys, I hope you like it, and if you like it, please share it, subscribe it, and the most important thing is, don't forget to hit on the bell icon for my regular updates. So thank you guys, keep supporting me. Thank you.